Okay.
Now listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I
Hey,
didn't want to
Miss
do this
Mixer.
without the fellas. I really didn't, cause I really was just gonna take a sit back and ask y'all questions and listen to what y'all had to say, cause I don't feel like we do that enough.
Do
So
what enough?
Listen to men.
listen,
Yeah, y'all fucking don't. Y'all rip.
damn.
Don't say y'all. Don't
Don't do
say
that
y'all now.
now.
I
Don't
ain't
do
I
Y'all
ain't
is
that.
expecting
You
you to do that
wrong.
right.
hard, but you
You
ain't wrong.
now you
You
Y'all
ain't
have
is
wrong.
numbered over here, Chris.
certain
Now
Hey,
you have
women.
I
numbered.
gotta keep it a buck. I gotta keep it a buck. I'm
Hey,
not gonna
I'm
Okay.
with you
sugarcoat
when
it.
you're
Y'all
right.
fucking
You
don't.
outnumbered, sir.
Don't say y'all. That's heavy.
I'm with you when you're right.
Y'all
I ain't.
That is
co-defendants.
real. That's
Y'all are
heavy
Whoa.
though.
co-defendants.
Not every single one of us.
Y'all co-defendants.
Mm-mm.
Co-defendants. Good
I just
dog.
be you just be
Good.
ready. I just
Ah,
be ready for you. Just put yourself out there. Just boom. I'm a safe place all the time. Good evening, Elizabeth. How you feeling? How you feel, love? Check in with me. What's up, Ange? Big Ange. Hey, what's up? You feel me? How you feeling, love? How you feeling? How you feel? Hey, okay. I was too happy to see y'all. Hey, hey, I
He
fuck with y'all in real life. Nah, like, nah. Okay. So, anyways, I guess we just gonna hop into it, and if they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. We, Chris, this on your back. Oh, wait, hold on. The back here, he came. I was like,
hey,
Chris, this all on you. Nah.
what?
Chris looked up like, what you mean? Nah. All right, Ans, that's good to hear. I'm happy you doing good. You feeling good. You feeling?
Peace, King.
All right. What's up? The bat?
the
Greetings, greetings.
bats.
Yeah, he put that proper word on there. The. I'll be like the bat.
That's
You gotta put
article.
a D on it. I'm some teach
Uh,
you
that's
teach you real quick.
that's a little urban for my taste.
Mm,
Oh,
I'm a little
shut the
urban,
hell
so
up.
Who said that?
I'm urban. The bat.
Me, I said it.
The bat said that. Is it the bat or the bat? Which one do
The,
you prefer?
the, the.
The. The bat. Okay.
See,
All
so you
right.
missing an extra eating.
What? How
All
y'all
right.
doing today?
We feeling. I'm doing
Good.
good.
We
I'm
good.
doing great.
Okay. Where her grade at?
Oh,
Go
that's who was
ahead.
up
Sing
here.
us a
I'm
song,
wondering who,
love.
Pinky. Okay.
Yeah, that's Pinky Love. All right. So, in the quiet corners of masculinity, emotions often tiptoe. The stereotypes persist. Men don't cry. Feelings are a sign of weakness. But beneath this lies silent struggle. The, the battle to express, connect, and be seen. Good evening and welcome to the immersive experience. I'm your guide, Desi Lou, and tonight we talk about breaking the silence, men, emotions, and societal expectations. Boom! I can't even believe I remembered that. Hey, Nehemiah, what's up? So I thank you all for being here. And as I was mentioning earlier, women, I just want y'all to take a seat, listen the best you can, put your emotions on the on the shelf. We're gonna let them get it off their chest one time for the one time. So all right, so the bat know why we talking about this because he had a post up that said something to the nature that men are not allowed to feel or their emotions do not matter. So I definitely want to talk about this and I want to give y'all a place to talk about it because y'all said that women always putting their opinions on something. So I'm gonna shut up and listen. I can't speak for the other two women, but I'm gonna give you me. But all right. So if y'all want to introduce yourselves, I'll allow the panel to introduce themselves first, and then Pinky, will allow you to go first.
Hey you guys, hey you guys. As you know, my name is Pinky. I'm all about inner conversations, a safe place of discussion and discovery. I'm a person that helps you get back into trusting yourself, get back into loving yourself, get back into seeing yourself, and to get back into motion with yourself. You want peace, you want happiness, you want success? Come to little pink. Or big pink, I should say. Okay,
Hey,
what you gonna do for Big Mama for real? Anyhow, y'all.
Oh Lord.
Right now, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Instagram. So all you have to do is inner conversations. It's not gonna be with an S, it's gonna be with a Z at the end. But it's inner conversations everywhere. Whew, that was it. That was a mouthful.
All
But
right.
we'll see y'all. Thank y'all.
You, China.
Hello, everyone. I'm back again. You know, it's your girl, China V. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram at Victoria China or at China. And you can find me, my business page, y'all. Don't forget my business, Come and Shop with Valet Centrals LLC. We have the best body butters for you. At Valet 8587 is down there in the corner. Come rock with your girl. Period.
Hey, my skin do be soft as hell, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Be
Period.
shower
And
like
it be smelling good.
you
And it
feel
be
me?
smelling
Feeling real
good.
good. All right. So,
I got men fragrances too. Men down there at the
Yeah.
bottom.
You got
Any,
something for
many,
feet?
and mighty.
You got something to make my feet soft?
Yeah, it make your whole body soft.
I don't
I
even
don't
hope.
want my whole body soft.
I don't even
Why you
hope
don't want
like
your whole body?
That shit don't
Why you
sound
don't
right.
want
I
your
don't want my
body
nah
soft?
nah.
We
I
like
don't want my
soft
whole
bodies.
nah. That shit
We
don't
like
sound
oh,
soft
y'all,
bodies.
not everything.
nah
damn, we can see.
Okay, wait, I'm not gonna go there with y'all. I
Let's
ain't
not. All right.
nah.
So, Mr. Accountability, however it played out, you are next in line. I don't even know. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle, love. Move to the front of the line. You can introduce yourself.
Y'all know it's your boy Jay. Jay Roll on Facebook. Ain't nothing changed, but nigga draws. You feel me?
Oh Lord.
Just here. You know what I'm saying? To say a little something, learn a little something. Shout out to Dez. You know, on this podcast. All
Whoop,
facts. All...
whoop. No. Thank you. Thank you. All right. The Bat. Would you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Missing an
Uh,
E.
I
I am.
said the Bat. Oh,
I'm
oh.
missing an E. Definitely. I'll add it next time. I am Derek. Derek Shelton on Facebook. That's probably the only place you probably gonna find me. Cause I don't do this for real. But
All right.
that's it, y'all. I am who I am.
I am that I
Period.
am. Last but not least, Christopher.
Akade collection.
So I'm Christopher. Uh, I am an active gang member, a non-active gang member. I
Oh,
am a
let's talk about Chris.
nah. Hold on. Let's be clear though. Let's be clear. I'm a non-active gang member. I'm a
Okay.
youth advocate. I am a ex-prisoner. I was incarcerated for 10 years. So I know a little something about a little something. Um, I'm just traveling, man, trying to learn, trying to grow. That's it.
I like that. I
I
like
feel
that.
that.
Okay. I want to also say, because he don't never want to say it, shout out to the Style That Liberates, Akade Collection. Absolutely. You can follow him on Instagram. Get with him. I bought one of his shirts, y'all. It's so soft.
Oh, I'm gonna
Everything
have to get
Like,
soft.
with you,
bro,
Chris,
the
because they do be
quality
Hey,
is
fire though. They do be
amazing.
looking dope.
I
Yes,
appreciate
the
it.
quality
I
is
appreciate it.
A1, bro. And I'm only saying this because I wore it and it touched my body. It was like, I'm
Hey, I
sorry.
seen you wore it too, and I was like, why she ain't send me that?
I shouted you out. I did on the thing. I was like, oh yeah,
I
shout
know.
out.
Why you ain't send me that though? I
I
might
ain't
have
take
wanted to
no
do something else
pictures.
with
I
it.
was just sitting there like this, and I looked. And did you
And
see my
that's
hair?
and that's
I didn't even
and
have
that's
my.
what and
I
that's
didn't
what
even
we
have my
want.
own wig on.
But listen, that's what we want. We don't want you to get all dolled up. We want you in your rawest form,
I ain't even have my own wig on, sir.
Not
Wasn't
ma'am.
my
mine.
own
That wasn't even
wig.
my hair.
Ma'am, it's the styles that liberate. So you ain't got to do all the extra shit. Just throw that shit on.
I did just throw it on, and if I would have had my own hair on, we would have been good.
Man, why'd you
Did you
Not
keep
see
my
talking
it?
about
own
Did
your
you
own
see
hair?
the
hair.
last podcast? Did
I
you see
heard
it?
the red. I saw the red. I was like, oh
Oh,
Lord.
it's a big ass blonde wig at the
I
end of
saw
that. It
that
was
one too, but
big.
that red one was horrible.
Hey, it's definitely a FaceTime group. Hey, it's a group. It's a group of face. It's a FaceTime group. You feel me? Hey, you better know it. Rock with us for a minute. All right, so bet.
We got
I
an
want to
even
hop
number.
right in. I want to get this to y'all. Hey, if you're tuning in,
Good.
thank you so much for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, Tell your friends about us. If you're watching a replay, I hope you enjoy. But now we're going to hop right into the subject. All right, so I'm ready, guys. And like I said, women, we just fall into the background. Guys, if you got questions for us, just let us know. We're going to listen to y'all, but I got questions for y'all too. So don't count me out because
Ooh.
I am the guide. So I'm going to talk to y'all, but y'all talk to us. Let's go. All right, so I want to unravel the cultural conditioning that teaches boys to suppress vulnerability. Can you guys give me your opinion on that? And I'll start with the bat.
Uh, wait. Come back to me. Come back to me real quick.
Come back to you.
Are you
All
helping me?
right.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, ask me again because my baby was calling me.
I,
And
I want to I want your opinion on unraveling the cultural conditioning that teaches boys to suppress vulnerability.
well, you know, we have to get that out of the way first. We can't be. We have to be. I think it's instilled for us to be tough first before we can be vulnerable. I feel like we have to learn to be men before we can be anything else.
Okay.
And
Chris?
Um, can I just ask my brother a question?
Absolutely,
Uh,
yes.
I, could you? What? You know what? Never mind. I
go
come back.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, because I wanted to understand what you were saying as far as we have to
So
be
like
tough first.
as a male, we taught to be tough. You know what I'm saying? Stop
Oh,
all.
okay. We taught to be tough. Okay, okay.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like not as men, as in paying bills and stuff like that, but like as toughness. You know, just more.
Suppressing vulnerability.
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
think
say suppressing vulnerability, but suppressing emotions. Like just not to be vulnerable, but like the emotions of tenderness. You know.
so for me, right?
Hmm.
And I can only speak from my own experience, right? Um, the times that I have been openly vulnerable, I've been um maybe it was my own fault because I chose the wrong people to be vulnerable to. But the times that I have been vulnerable, that shit been thrown in my face. So um to me being vulnerable is a defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? From exposing myself and allowing people to play with me. Cause I don't like people to play with me. You feel me? So I'm gonna protect me. You know what I'm saying? And in this day and age, right now, we got women who, if you do express yourself and you know, let her know your standards, let her know your boundaries, you sassy. You know what I'm saying? It's this whole new sassy. If you speak on how you feel, you sassy. So hell no, we ain't finna tell y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause we don't do y'all like that. And if we do say something to y'all in y'all vulnerability, or we don't allow y'all to be vulnerable, y'all let us know. Y'all express it to us and tell us, hey, I need this, I need that. But if we say any of that, we sassy. So no, hell no, we ain't saying shit to y'all. We rather bottle that shit in and deal with it from there. You know what I'm saying? Or we find comfort in other guys. You know what I'm saying? And we'll speak to our brothers about it, but we ain't gonna tell y'all. Cause I got a brother circle where I can speak to if I'm having a rough day or something, or if I'm feeling like I'm finna knock somebody noodle loose. I got some brothers that I can call that will that
No,
will
the
that will talk me off the ledge. You know what I'm saying? So we got brother circles. We just ain't got no comfort in y'all. We don't see no comfort in y'all, and it's a sad space to be in. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to be vulnerable to y'all. We want to, you know what I'm saying? As they say, let our hair down. We want to be able to put our nutsack on the goddamn table and put our gun next to it. You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to do that, but we can't because we don't feel as though y'all gonna carry us the same way y'all want us to carry y'all.
I think that's the woman that you choose.
It might be, but if numerous of men feel like this, then maybe women need to look at themselves instead of telling us it's the woman that we choosing. Maybe women should look in the mirror and say, is it me? How have I been a safe space to men? And be honest. Don't fucking lie. Be honest. How have you been a safe space for a man? How? In what ways?
China, would you like to answer that?
Were
Oh, is
we
that
answering
oh
this?
you
Oh,
you
Uh,
you were okay, we answering back now.
oh,
Okay, so
absolutely. I said men can ask us questions. He asked the
oh, oh,
question.
okay. I personally feel like I said earlier, it's the woman that you choose. And if that woman that you choose is not allowing you to
Nah,
be
nah, nah. That's not the
No, he
question, though.
asking
That's not the
how are
question,
you a
baby.
safe? How have
How
you been
have
a safe
you?
place to men?
How have
How
you
have
been a
you been
safe
a safe
space?
place?
how have I been a safe how have I
Yeah,
allowed
don't
men to
don't
express themselves?
don't stall. Yeah, don't stall.
Don't
Yeah,
do
I know the
that.
tactics. Don't stall. That's what y'all do. Don't stall. I asked you a
wait,
direct
let me
question.
see.
I
You
You
got
have
an
know I
answer?
did.
Because I
always,
got an
I have
answer.
always allowed my ex husband to express himself, whether it's him being in the softest version of himself or the manly version of himself. I never
But what does
judged
that
him
mean?
on wherever he came because when you marry into something, you get all of that person in their rawest form. And you don't, us as women, we don't judge our men.
What?
No,
What?
we
Hold
don't
on,
judge our men. We
I
judge
want to
how they.
read this comment. I want to read this comment
But
because
I
City
read
Boys is up one.
up.
Okay, and it say most women don't think it's their job to create that safe place.
Facts. Facts.
But
Let's get to that.
it's not our job to create that. That's the men. That's the men's job to be able
Ma'am,
to
ma'am, ma'am.
create
No,
that
it's
for
not our job.
us.
No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's not our job to create for you to create a safe space for us with you. Not a safe space for
No,
ourselves.
I'm
We got
thinking
that.
that he was saying that. Hold on, can you pull that back up?
Now we got the safe space for ourselves.
I think it's
We
a little
talking
bit of
about
both,
with
Okay, yes.
y'all.
though.
Hold on, mama.
I think it's a little bit of both. I feel like a man supposed to create a safe space, but a woman is too. And it takes us back to like
Exactly.
sometimes it's 49-51. Sometimes it's not always gonna be
Ma'am,
50-50.
ma'am,
That's
ma'am.
how I
Listen,
feel.
listen, listen to this. Listen to this.
Okay, I'm
Listen
gonna
to
listen.
this.
I'm listening. What you finna
Listen
say?
to this. How can I create a safe space for myself around you? That's
How
your
can
job to create that for me. I got my own safe space right here. This is what I
mm-hmm.
do. When I get off work, I sit in my car. I may blow me 3, 4 blunts. I'm gonna sit in my car before I go in the house and even deal with anybody because I need my time for me. I do this shit every day. Every
Yeah.
day. Every time y'all see me, I'm gonna be in
Yes,
my car.
because
But
we
that's
are your peace.
But listen, hold on. Listen.
it's two
This
different
hold
ways.
on.
Okay, I got
Listen.
you.
This is me creating my safe space for
Yeah.
myself. I
Yeah.
cry in this motherfucking car. I got
Yeah.
damn cuss myself out in this car. But
Yeah.
how can I create you? You create a safe space for me. I can't do that for you. You gotta do that for me. I can't do that for you.
I think it's when I say I think it's both, it's just like you just said. You created a safe space for yourself so you can walk in and go with your woman in your not in your divinity, but in your love, because you cool down with yourself. So you created a safe space with yourself, but you know you have to create a safe space within yourself before you go talk to your woman. And I feel like even when we are women, when we have men, we got to create a safe enough space to tell our partners, hey, we might need a break right now. Hey, I might not can talk to you right now, or we have to create a safe space as women. We got to know when to fight a man, meaning when to actually tell him about himself versus when to let him speak and let him speak his mind. So I feel like as women, we create a safe space for men when we know when to speak versus when to shut up, if that is the
And
question.
that's y'all creating that
But
space. But do y'all ever fucking do that?
yes, you can't sit over here and say we don't and you're in a space that a woman led for you to talk.
So,
What are you talking about?
Ooh.
so, so, is asking us to define a safe space. So,
Hold on. Before
You
before
missed that part.
before that gets defined, right? Let me say this, Chris, my man. I'm glad you asked it before I can ask it, right? But let me go back to Chris's question because if I heard right,
nobody ever
Chris's
answered.
question still never got answered.
It never will.
It never
Asked.
got answered.
Chris
I
asked,
agree.
how do you
Okay.
I
feel face to
agree.
face?
I agree. It
And
didn't get
all that
answered.
was
We start
told
talking about
was,
everything else.
I allow my
This is what
man.
they do.
I allow him to come to me. I allow this. I allow. That's all that was told.
Okay.
It was never told any kind of action on what
Okay.
is being done.
This is
Okay.
what
I
they do.
received that. I received
Thank you.
that.
But hold on, because I want to read Jasmine's comment. She says, I definitely agree with Chris. I personally know a few women who feel their need and wants comes before the man they are dealing with. If they are not fulfilled in any way, shape, or form, the man needs and wants, or even his space for vulnerability is null and void. It's sad, but
Ooh,
some women
facts.
operate like that.
Facts.
Oof.
And
Thank you.
Elizabeth
Heavy
said,
on some women.
well, she said it. She put it
Until I
out.
find one that did
Said
shit. I'm saying all
Elizabeth
y'all that.
said your partner should be a judgment-free zone. Set
Exactly what I
expectations with each
said.
other and what
Judgment free.
validations are needed by each partner. I like that. So you
That's
got to figure
exactly what
out
I
what works for
said.
you.
Judgment free.
All right, so I want to hop back to this question that Chris asked us,
That
ladies.
still
How
ain't
are
been
you a safe
answered.
space for men?
Crickets.
I gotta say, I'm glad Chris asked it and not me, because I'm asking the same thing.
Hey, I was cracking up,
Oh,
boy. The
and
crickets,
I
boy.
wanted to give some of that.
Because
I
I
like
feel
y'all.
like
I like
anything
y'all
that I
honesty
say,
though.
I'm gonna get ridiculed on here. So hold
Nah,
up.
No,
I
it's
wanted
not
to.
ridicule. Y'all
I'm not.
proving the point.
I could
How,
give you me.
how are we proving
Nope,
a point?
Y'all have not answered the question yet. That's how you
I
proving
could
the point.
answer for you.
I
That's been
nope.
answered.
10
You
minutes
just didn't
ago.
like the response.
Who?
I said I
I
answered the
get.
question.
You
I
asked,
thought
bro.
I answered it
Any
too.
of the
No, no, no,
brothers,
no,
do
no,
y'all
Pinky,
feel as though she answered the question?
Pinky, you answered the question. You went around in a big ass circle around that question. You never went right in the middle of that motherfucker. You went
I
The
in
feel
neutral
like
circles.
I
effect.
answered the
In
question.
Y'all think they answered the
Use the
question?
point as a
Do y'all
man.
think
no.
valid question being dismissed is what City Boys Up One said?
Ooh, city boys gonna make
City
me.
boys up one more.
I know.
Up one more.
Hey,
Not city boys.
okay. So, ladies, they saying we y'all dismissing the question. So, what's up?
Ask the
Desiree,
question
what are
again,
your
and then can
thoughts?
you
Because
explain it?
I felt like I answered
No,
the
I want to hear
question.
from
Apparently,
another man. I want to hear from another man of like, can you explain what you mean? Explain it
Okay.
to my ears, okay?
How have you guys made a safe space for a man? In what ways? What have you done? What have you done to make a man feel comfortable being vulnerable in front of you?
By shutting
Crickets
up and
again. Huh?
listening. No, by
yeah,
shutting up and
just
listening.
That
Most
does,
men feel more comfortable to talk to me when I shut up and I allow him to listen. Me asking him questions, me asking him about his
when
day,
I
me
allow him
actually
to be
loving on him
himself
and actually
fully,
be
express
himself.
himself,
How do I make a safe
judgment
space?
free
I'm in a safe space
zone,
because I allow him to be him.
caressing him, letting him know that
When he
it's
wake up, I'm
okay.
already honoring my king. Like, baby, you fine. I can't wait to see what you finna wear. Can't wait to see what you finna do. I just know you finna da. I create a safe space by pouring love into him.
Oh,
You
Yeah.
rather
city
have a glass
boys
of water.
up one too. I'm a poke city boy in the eye.
Yes,
look,
I sent
I'm still
you.
with City
I
Boy
sent
because
you the
Yes,
these
receipt.
answers.
please
Please
step
step
in.
in. What are you doing? Why are you
Please,
not here?
Beta.
Where
I'm
have
with
you
City Boy
been?
because these answers still only put me in a position to where I'm second
J
guessing
Rail.
on what I come
J
to you
Rail.
about.
Deflection.
How
Come
though?
on, man.
No,
Because
like no, like literally how? That's what I'm
all
asking.
I'm being
Because
all I'm being
I'm
told
trying to
is
figure it out.
all I'm being
What actions are you needing from us that we aren't expressing?
oh no
That's for
no
you
no
to
no
figure
no.
out.
I can't tell you your own action that you should do.
What?
I ain't got nothing
That's
to do
what you
with me.
should figure out.
Ain't nothing to do with
So
me at
if
All
all.
I
right,
I
so
don't
ask
want
give
to
me
know.
a
what
minute,
if
you
I so if
guys.
I
I wanna get right back to this, but I do want to allow to introduce himself. And Mr. Right before you do introduce yourself, City Boy said, when we are dismissed, we are forced not to we are forced not to communicate. It's like talking to a wall.
I get that.
Our
I
feelings are
receive that.
valid.
All
It's like
right,
So
so
if we
Mr.
saying that we accept you in your full form, what are we missing? What are we
How,
missing?
it's just what
A
you're missing.
better
That
question is, what do y'all need
words.
from
That's
us?
just
Hold
words.
on. We're gonna get right back there. I gotta allow to introduce himself and give us him real quick.
Peace, y'all. Peace, peace. I,
Peace.
just been listening to the chat this whole time. A lot of great perspectives. I ain't gonna get into much of myself right now. I've been up here before, but just peace to everybody on the panel.
Peace.
Greetings, greetings.
Peace, Veda.
Peace, peace, peace.
All right.
Um,
So, um, you had something you wanted to say, or
yeah, yeah.
contribute to
Nah,
the conversation?
and,
Contribute.
and I just want to offer this perspective as a married man and as a man who I understand. I'm listening to these brothers and I understand exactly where they're coming from. And watching or listening into this, I see where the disconnect comes in between men and women when it comes to actually communicating. Right now, there's a difference between communicating and talking. Okay, a lot of times in relationships, we tend to talk to each other, but we're not communicating with each other. We're not. We're hearing each other, but we're not actively listening. Right.
Mm.
So what ends up happening is a lot of times it puts everybody involved into a very defensive place. And this is something that my wife and I just got done, having a bunch of realizations about our relationship. We've been together for 6 years. And in 6 years, 2 years of marriage, um, you go through different cycles, go through different evolutions, right? Now, one of the things that was asked was how do women create safe space for men? Now, and this is just my see on it. Yes, it's on both parties to create safe spaces for one another. And a safe space is simply the ability to be who you are and where you are at that current time in speaking not freely in the sense of speaking from just raw emotion without thought, right? Because a lot of times that ends up where we end up saying things that inadvertently hurt each other's feelings or cause each other to be defensive, right? And then once you get into that defensive headspace, nobody's listening anymore, right? Now, a lot of times, ladies, I'm gonna start with y'all. A lot of times, admittedly so, a lot of times men don't speak the same language y'all speak. You speak to your friends, you speak to your sisters, your aunties, and y'all understand each other because that's the bond that y'all have with each other. Just like men can speak to their brothers or their homeboys or their cousins and be on the same page with them because we all speak the same language. Now the problem comes in if I'm trying to speak Spanish to you and you only understand French, how far are we gonna get in the conversation? Right?
No, but
And then on top of that, what is your perspective? What is your perspective of certain words or certain phrases, certain um usages of terms, right? And I seen somebody say empathy. Empathy is the key to this, right? So at the end of the day, like for a long time, I thought valid and invalid. I was using a very legal it's either right or it's wrong. It's either valid because it's provable or it's invalid because it's been shown to be wrong. When dealing in emotion, it's neither one of those definitions. So validation of an emotion is validating the fact that this is how you feel, and I may have caused you to feel that way. So let's talk through it and let me see let me feel where you're coming from. Let me understand where you're coming from, and vice versa. And that's when we get down to the actual nitty gritty. We'll be arguing about a bunch of dumb shit that we're really not mad about. It's these small pettiness and microaggressions. You know what I'm saying? We not talking to each other cold shoulder. We walking through the house just existing with one another. And
Uh,
when we do talk to each other, it's real surface level bullshit. So we end up getting mad at each other for dumb shit like, oh, you didn't
absolutely.
check the laundry, or you forgot the trash yesterday, or it becomes those topics. when that's not really what's happening. So I had a problem, which many men have this problem, because again, this goes back to the beginning. We're not taught empathy the same way women are taught empathy. We're not taught vulnerability the same way women are taught vulnerability. Because again, I like one of the brothers said, it gets thrown in our faces. Because we've been conditioned that men can only be stoic, men can only be show either happiness but not too happy. You can be
Mhm.
angry, but don't get too angry. So we have to walk this weird ass fine line, which just leaves us frustrated. So by the time we get around to have those conversations, we're pissed clean the fuck off and we're frustrated. And so you're not listening and you're not hearing what we're saying. But then again, we're also not articulating what we're saying emotionally because we've never been taught how to articulate ourselves emotionally. Sometimes you're not even mad at her. You're frustrated at life. It's life shit, stress shit, man shit, shit that men go through. But then if she asks you, babe, are you okay? You say fine. And
So
women
how is
do it
that
too.
our fault? And
No,
how are
wait.
we trying to
He not
create a safe
saying it's
space
your
if you can't
fault.
No,
communicate
listen.
properly?
He not
See where you
saying
see
it's
that
your fault.
response? See
He
that
not saying
response?
that.
That
I
response
wanna
is a key
I
example of
wanna
what
Stop
I'm talking about.
laughing.
hold on one
I'm
moment
really trying to
because this
understand like what's
something
going on.
He
because
just
this is
proved it
I want to
again.
give you what
You
he's
just proved it.
saying. What he essentially saying is us to create a safe place is to have an awareness of what men
Mm.
go through, to have an awareness of what they deal with in life, to not only see you but to see them as well and to see them clearly. Because I understand as a black man that you might go outside and die. I understand that you have to go out, deal with the entire world, and then come back to me. And then I'm pissed off because you not doing this or you not doing that or this is not
Right.
enough. I gotta
Talk
see
about
you.
it.
I have to see you. If
Talk
I
Why is
about it.
he
cannot
saying
see
Seeing
you,
you.
that?
then I
But I feel
cannot I
like,
cannot create a
We
safe place for
understand
you.
that though. That
but
goes
No,
the
with
better
Nobody
no.
is
any
question
saying that.
is,
relationship
Wait, hold on.
and no,
altogether, but
honestly,
Hold on. Because if you understood,
You
if you truly
don't
understood,
understand that shit.
that wouldn't have been your reaction.
no, I'm asking. You
No, you're
said that.
asking, but it's how you ask, right?
I was
Now I'm about
finna.
to
Okay.
point something out to you, right?
Okay.
So when I was saying, hey, when you ask, baby, you okay? And they say, fine. I was going to say the reason why we say fine is because of that reaction.
That
Because you
exact
say,
reaction.
well, I didn't do none of this stuff, or I didn't stress you out, and
Hmm.
it's like,
Why you
it's
taking it
not
out on me?
personal. It's not personal.
Mm-hmm.
All we need you to do in those moments, put your titties on the back of our neck.
I know that's right.
Put the
Nigga, wait,
Mm-hmm.
just
wait,
put
wait,
your
Some
wait, wait.
guap
titties on the
guap
back
When
of
I
our
3000
said
neck.
or something.
silence and I said pour into you, why was that a problem when I
Ah,
said that?
No,
Man,
it's
guap
not
guap
just no, it's
3000.
not a problem because it comes in different iterations. But what I'm saying is that goes into understanding. Don't take it personal. Just like
right.
just like when you say when your man say, "Babe, are you okay?" and you say, "I'm fine," but it's clearly you have a fucking attitude.
Right.
And then I'm asking you again and again and again, "Babe, are you okay? What can I do? Are you all right?" I'm fine. I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong. But you clearly got an attitude. And then it's not until we laying in the bed or we watching a movie or we doing some shit that I just think it's funny. Or why you gotta do it like this. And then that's what I mean by the surface level bullshit. What you were feeling at that time was, babe, I feel I miss you. You're very secluded right now, and I see you're in a secluded space, but I just want to let you know that I miss you and I want to connect with you on an emotional level. You need to say that. Because
Okay.
if you come to me and say, well, I didn't do none of that and da 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 da, you riffing at me for coming back home tired from battling the fucking world. So my
And
only
this is why we
reaction,
pick and choose our battles. And this is why we don't say everything right off the front. Because if I feel a certain type of way, I'm gonna pick and choose a better time to say it because I see that you either A came from work or you already frustrated or whoop the whoop the whoop. So I'm gonna put my feelings to the back burner and put yours on front street to know that you ain't
and that and
all the
that
way
and,
there yet. Pick
and
and
that
choose.
that's what causes the problem. What you just said, that process breeds resentment. I don't need you to put your
Okay.
emotions on the back burner. I need you to understand there's a right way to approach the conversation. There's not a right time. It's not a time and space. I'm always gonna be fucking tired. But it's a difference when you say, "Hey, baby, like I got, I did some, I set the scene. I come home, set the scene, and then if I know that I can trust in you, I'm gonna take a deep breath and say, babe, my day was fucked up, and we gonna talk about my day, and then you say, yeah, babe. And then I'm gonna ask you, babe, how was your day? My day was fucked up too. And then we gonna look at each other and be like, man, fuck them niggas. It's just me and you. And we gonna go, let's order some motherfucking DoorDash and watch Netflix and not watch Netflix because we gonna probably end up fucking. Right?
I really
Right?
feel like you're
True
talking about
tea.
true
I,
partnership, though. Not everybody in true
I,
partnership.
It's not
but
just
listen, let me,
partnership. It's again, it's communication. It's the language
It's
you're using.
communication, but you got to have a good partner to communicate with.
And it's a tone.
That's what I
Yes.
was trying to
Both
say
both
earlier.
parties do.
How is it on us when you don't know how the men don't know how to express themselves or
Because you don't know
communicate
how to
You
express
properly?
don't know how
yourself
to express
neither.
yourself either.
That's what I'm
Y'all,
saying. You get the
But
reflection of
that's
who you
not
are.
that's
But
not
So
necessarily
you getting
true.
women that's
y'all
yeah,
Baby,
bad,
it's
and
if
we
you
picking
just
men
said
that's
that you
bad.
have to go and process your emotions to figure out how to talk about them, you
right.
don't know how
No,
to
I didn't
express
say that.
yourself.
I didn't
You
say
said
that.
put your emotions on the back
I
burner.
said I put my emotions on the back burner because I pick and choose a time and a place to do things.
But in that course of time, in that picking and choosing those times, subconsciously you're building resentment.
I
right, and
don't
they
think so,
listen,
though. If
That's
you
I'm gonna tell
telling
you
your
possibly
why. I'm
partner,
gonna
true.
prove it.
hey,
I'm
That's
gonna
I,
prove it.
possible.
and
I'm
I'm
That's
saying
gonna
the way
prove it.
you,
possible.
like you said, the way you say it, it's the way
I'm
you
gonna prove
say it.
it.
And I feel like
It's
if she
right.
putting her emotions on the back burner,
I
she's
always
like,
say
I'm
that
not
though.
gonna be
Y'all know
angry at
that. I
you.
always say it's not what you say, it's how you
Yeah,
say it. I
yeah.
Right.
always say that.
And it's not only that, but again, me, I'm not even let's start right here, right? I'm not your man, right? We peoples, right? I'm not your man. But as I'm describing this, the tone you took, right? The tone you took. Well, that's not our fault. That's not what we did. Again, in your mind, you didn't do anything. But in a man's mind, and I want and every all the brothers said, see, right there. That right there. Because we all know it. That well, I ain't say, and once you got the neck moving, and once you started saying, well, that ain't my fault. That that energy
Well,
is not
hold up.
picking and choosing your battles. That
I
That's
want
energy,
to
just how
give you
I talk.
something really
It's
quick.
just how I talk.
I want to read this really quick, and then I want to give you a story between me and Pinky really quick. So Elizabeth said this conditioning is taught when we are little kids. This is a generational and gendered trauma that we as a society have created to
I
make men
agree.
feel isolated. You know how you know will how I don't know. You
you know
know,
how
Will, how parents or grandparents will say boys are not allowed to cry or put some dirt in it. And then City Boys Up One says softness will get you further than aggression. Pinky, we were having a
all the time.
conversation and I don't remember what we were talking about, but you had said something to the. Oh, it was that nigga. And he was telling me that time determines something about something. He said time determines something. And I said, no, your intentions do. Time just measure ambition. And
Yeah.
she said that she thought like she was like, I feel like you be getting offended or something she has said. And
Oh,
instead
I
of
see saying I feel like you get offended when like somebody has a standard, like an expectation. If you already know the expectation, why keep getting mad when your expectation of what you want him to do not being met?
got you.
Oof.
That's what she said. So I said, this is a new perspective. This is not exactly what I texted her. This is a new perspective of me. Let me sit from where you're sitting and see me. That's what I told her. Because it's new to me. You seeing me in a new light. Now help me understand how you seeing me this way. So I can
Yeah.
explain you to me. And hopefully you give me the same courtesy. And that's why I say it's an awareness. It's about perspective. Okay, this how you saw it. So let me understand how you saw it. And just because I understand it don't mean I agree with it. I just
name,
understand where you're
name
coming
on the
from. And once
motherfucking
I
head.
understand it, we could get some shit handled. But if
right?
we both not understanding each other, we're not gonna get nowhere.
Because often
It's true.
women listen to respond instead of trying to understand. It's just the what I do. I gotta counter whatever he said instead of listening and trying to hear us out.
Well,
And that goes into what I mean by you not only just emotional intelligence, because a lot of times there's another myth. As much as boys ain't supposed to cry, there's a myth. Oh, women are more emotionally mature than men, right?
Facts.
Now, when conditioned with that response, they think it's a default when it's not. You have to learn. Everybody has to learn these things because at the end of the day, again, if your response to me saying, "Yo, I'm good," now let's analyze that. On one hand, he should just say, "Yo, babe, I'm a little stressed right now. I just need a, you know what I mean, I need a little moment to myself. You know, let me collect myself, and I'm gonna get right back with you." Right? That's what he should say. Because
Mm-hmm.
now I'm explaining to you, yo, I'm just trying to gather my thoughts, collect myself. I don't want to bring this into our space of energy. But again, the wrong response from anybody, but in this case, the woman, is, well, I ain't had shit to do with that. No, 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 no. That is what when men talk about women being combative, that's what we're talking about. I'm not fighting you. I'm tired as fuck. I'm not fighting you. I'm not saying you're my enemy. I'm saying I just went up here and I had to put up with these dumbass crackers at my job all day, and I had to do extra work that wasn't mine to do, but I had to do the shit because I got to pay these bills. Now, all I need is a few minutes to gather myself. The other thing that happens again is women, y'all do what I call info emotional dumps, right? Y'all don't just say one or two things. You say everything at once, which again, a lot of men don't. Oh, you talking too much. But really, what it is brothers, we feel overwhelmed by it because y'all don't tell the story of what happened. You tell us 15 stories to connect to the one aspect of part of the first story you were supposed to tell us. Now we confused because we don't know who the fuck Keisha is, but you swear we know. And then when we just like, yo, I don't know what you talking about because y'all are dumping all of these things. Now I watch women do that with each other, and y'all can follow the shit. And a lot of times, women, like for instance, my wife sometimes she slips because we build like that. But sometimes she slips and be like, "Girl, I don't take it no type of offense," because she's in that mode where she feels like she talking to one of her friends.
Oh, girl,
And I
girl.
am one of her friends. I'm her best friend. But and so I don't take it no type of way. But that's an indicator that she feels vulnerable enough to talk to me like that. Right? Now I'll look at her like, hey, and she'll be like, hey, come on. But 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 at the same time, that's an indicator that she feels comfortable enough. Every morning we wake up with each other, we give each other affirmations about how much we love each other. And I'm going into this world, and she's going into this world, and we both pray we get back home. And I tell her every day, I fight. Every day I leave the house, I'm fighting to come back to you. I'm fighting
Oh,
to
I
come back
love
to my
that.
babies.
Okay,
So
I
come on.
love that.
when I come home, we have to be able to talk. We have to be able to release. And again, at some point in time, if you don't have enough emotional awareness on both sides and y'all already deep in a relationship, it might be a little too late. But keep that in mind when you're entering a relationship to set that tone. Brothers, same thing, set that tone. But again, since we're talking about men, ladies, we just need you to receive the sermon sometimes. Sometimes when we telling you something, it's not because we trying to be know-it-alls. It's not because we trying to control you. It's because we see some shit you don't see.
I
It's
agree
because we
with
Facts.
feel
that.
some shit you not paying attention to. Like there's been a couple of homegirls my wife had, and I smelled the stink on them from a mile away, but she didn't. And I would tell her, "Yo, watch that, watch Shorty. She grimy, watch her." And then
Mm-hmm.
she do some grimy shit down the way, and my wife was like, "Damn, you was right." But because I prepared her mentally before it happened, it's a little she takes it different, right? But
Right.
simultaneously, I tell her, yo, sometimes you just gotta listen to me. Like if I'm adamant about something and I'm trying to tell you something, I'm not trying to control you. This is where that the fraudulent, and I call it fraudulent feminism comes in. Feminism isn't a bad thing. If you actually study what feminism is
True.
actually humanism
True.
in its original iteration. It's humanism. It's equality for
True.
all peoples. Now, when you get into that toxic feminism, And this is where I go in to say sometimes men have toxic femininity and women have toxic masculinity. Meaning, y'all be so ready to fight. Y'all be so ready to take up arms against us because you feel like you're not being heard. You feel like we're not listening to you. You feel like we're not emotionally catering to you the way you need to be taken care of. And that's true, that's understandable. But your response should never be war. Your response should never to try to hurt me. Your response is to never try to spit in my face. Your response is to never to say the most hurtful shit. Women say shit to men that cut us in a way that nothing else in this fucking world can cut us. You have a very powerful weapon. So you have to be conscious that you hold that weapon. The moment you pick that bitch up, you can cut me in clean and fucking half. Put me in a mental institution. Have me crash all the way the fuck out. In a way that nobody else could do. Same thing with mothers because it starts with mothers. My mom was a hustler. She was a drug dealer. My mom treated me like a nigga sometimes. She said, yo, I remember this kid was picking on me. She said, nigga, you don't get outside and beat that little motherfucker's ass, you gotta fight me. And I damn sure wasn't finna do that. I see my mom fight. She got hands. I was 5 years old. So I went outside and I beat the shit out of that little nigga. But from that beginning, now I see violence as a response to disrespect. I see violence as a response. When I fell down and I cried and my mom told me to get the fuck up because you ain't no punk. It's a misguided way to prepare us for a lot of shit. That's the double-edged sword of all of this. The
So,
shit that our parents taught us.
I want to ask you. I want to ask all of the men this, and I really want to. How can men embrace vulnerability without shame?
Hmm.
How can men embrace vulnerability without shame?
Yeah.
Do it yourself. You have to become
Uh,
vulnerable within yourself first.
Okay.
yeah, I'm agree with
I
that
feel
because
that. I feel that.
I don't feel no fucking shame. It ain't no shame. It's
Yeah.
just it's not shame. Not my sister. She said that she understood, but I don't think y'all do understand like what it really feels like to. I got if I wear the wrong color in the wrong neighborhood, I might get killed by another black man. If I fucking drive in a nice car in the wrong neighborhood, I might get pulled over by the white man. I got
Killed by him.
if I or killed by him. Shit. If I'm goddamn getting too much money and some hotties see me, they might set me up for another man. So it's like, damn, I gotta go on the job and deal with crackers. I, it's like, goddamn. Do y'all understand what it feel like to have a pistol put in your face and said, nigga, give it up, or nigga, what set you claim? Do y'all understand that? Hell the fuck no. So when we coming to you and we being vulnerable, you should listen. You should allow us to have that time because, man, we talk about this shit to each other. I can tell my partner, man, these bitch ass niggas just shot at me. You know what I'm saying? And they understand because they got shot at down the street a couple days ago. You know what I'm saying? So we understand that shit. Y'all don't understand it, and we be trying to get y'all to understand it. And it's like my brother was saying, we speak in Spanish and y'all hear nothing but Italian. You know what I'm saying? So whew.
Yeah.
I think there is a huge language barrier there, and I don't and I feel like y'all really talked a lot about how women play in dismantling you emotionally. But now, how can women play in dismantling emotional barriers? And I feel like
Listen,
that go back
actually
into everything
listen,
y'all just said, actually. So,
actually listen. Instead of trying to respond, just try to understand what we're saying. Instead of just coming with a response for it, just try to take it in.
Because
mm.
everything don't need no response.
Right,
Let us lay on your titties, man. Just listen. Let us
Don't
lay
forget.
on your titties and let us get this shit off of our chest.
right. Instead of like when we come in the house, like instead of saying the first thing that you have a problem with, like ask us how are we. You know what I'm saying? We might say,
Word.
"Fine," and then you know what I'm saying, unload. But like, just let us know that you even concerned about how our day was. Truly, truly, you know.
That's big right there, bro. That's That's fucking huge. And now that I think about what you just said, damn, do y'all even give a fuck about our day when we come in the house? I don't want to hear about no fucking bills. I don't want to hear about how bad the kids was. I don't hear about none of that shit. Ask me how the fuck my day was.
Like when we wind it down, when we laying down in bed, then we can talk about that shit. Like that's when we can talk about everything that just happened in the day. Like when we getting ready for bed, let us sleep on it. You know,
Word. Or
like
or 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 I tell my wife, yo, when don't bring me no conversations when we about to fall asleep. When you see me dozing off, that is not the motherfucking time to try to talk to
right,
me.
hey,
Like
too.
you see me falling asleep, y'all love to do that shit. I
That's a
don't know
window.
why.
It's a window.
And then you get mad because I fell asleep, but you see me falling asleep.
You
Bro,
don't
what?
care.
Girl, I don't work 12 fucking hours.
Hey, I
I
wanna
done worked 12 hours. I done walked. I done goddamn had to be in this hot ass sun. I'm an electrician, so I'm in this fucking sun. If this shit is beating on my goddamn skin and fucking my motherfucking melanin up, and you want to talk to me while I'm fucking dozing off. After I done took a shower, I done ate, I done smoked, I done goddamn probably got some guap guap, and you want to talk now. Why?
Yeah, don't talk after the WAP, bro. Just come on. Don't do that. Don't
Oh,
do
and
that.
another
Bitch, I'm
situation.
dead. I'm dead. I am dying. I am going to sleep.
Another situation like when we go out, right? Like if a man go out and a woman go out, it's two different responses when we not back on time, right? Men, are you okay? We'll ask, are you okay? Women, where the fuck you at?
Right. Right.
I ain't
Like
got a
you
hey,
don't
shit
even know
for
if I'm dead or not.
Like I
Like
just got
answer my
stabbed,
own
shorty. I got
question
shot at. I remember one time I got into an argument with my baby moms because the nigga literally tried to blow my fucking head off, and I knocked him clean the fuck out. Jumped in the whip. I had to go to my brother's house so I could get my shit because I wasn't going directly back to the house. And I'm sitting there sweating. I'm sitting there like, fuck. Like, yo, I don't know if this nigga followed me. I don't know what's going on. I finally look at my phone. She blowing me up. I call her back. Before I can even get anything out of my mouth. Oh, see, you probably with some bitches. Da, 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 da. No, I almost died. I got PTSD in this bitch. All black men in this motherfucking country
Hell
got
yeah.
PTSD. If
Hell
you
yeah,
grew up
fuck
in the
yeah.
hood and you a black dude, you
Hell
have
yeah.
PTSD. We all do. We are soldiers of war. We have been bred to fight in wars. We are no different than the soldiers in Iraq.
I agree
Think
with
of
that
it like that. I'm coming
wholeheartedly.
home and the nigga done try to stab me. A nigga done try to shoot my car. A nigga try to run me off the road. Cop looked at me crazy and tried to pull me over for some dumb shit. Like, and then if I go, and the first thing that come out your mouth is, "I'll see this, da da da."
Hey, I ain't
It's
none of
not my
that shit.
fault.
And none of that shit
Hey,
had me drunk. I just got drunk. I ain't done that. That
Yeah.
was just,
uh,
I
Mr.
just,
Accountability, I want to ask you,
Wait,
how
Dale.
can,
Hold on,
huh?
just hold on, just a second. Let me say a quick sentence, right?
Okay, okay.
I'm the complete opposite of guess the other three guys on here because fuck that. If I come to my woman and I'm talking to you, expressing how my day was or how this went on or how I'm feeling, and you don't say shit, you don't help in any kind of way with no communicate. If you don't communicate at all, you can't do nothing for me. I will not come to you. If
Oh
you
nah,
do not
nah,
say
nah,
anything to me, if you
No,
think
hell
silence
no.
is gonna work,
Hell no.
nah. We not
No,
talking about
you
that.
no,
Nah.
we with you, brother. We with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm shutting the
nah.
fuck down.
we were just saying, let us speak.
I'm
Nah,
Oh,
shutting
let
the
us
fuck
speak.
down.
Let
You
us
will never
speak.
hear me talk again.
Nah, let us
okay.
speak, but don't try to overtalk us or like interject in your own emotions into the situation. Because
Man,
again,
talk to
that's the
listen.
big
Listen
thing.
to us how you listen to your homegirl when she talking to you about that sorry ass nigga she fucking with. Listen to us
Boom,
how y'all listen to them.
bang, bang.
Don't
Hey, y'all
listen
let
to
y'all
us how
homegirls
you
be
feel
sorry.
like you want to listen. Listen to us how you be like, girl, yeah, yeah,
Word,
yeah. What?
you
You need
lying.
something? You need a cash app or something? Do us the same fucking way. Don't do us
Girl,
with
let
that
me get you a
sorry ass
drink.
shit.
I
Let
agree.
me let me go get you something to drink.
Let me
Girl,
go get you a
here's a
drink.
blunt.
Let me send you some flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga.
I
Be so
seen women do that
empathetic to
shit.
their feelings, but don't not to ours.
That's
And they
what we
know
Well,
their
want. The
homegirl be
same
wrong.
shit.
They know they be wrong, and they'll be empathetic to their feelings, but not ours.
Yeah. Because
Knowing
we're
she
the
fucking
enemy.
side niggas.
Because they get taught that
They
we the
get on the
enemy.
as soon as they get off the phone, we're like that bitch dumb. They
Mm-hmm.
on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was phone to tell her how
Stupid
stupid
bitch.
she is.
Yep.
Stupid bitch. I told you to leave that nigga alone.
She's like, I ain't fucking with her no more. If she get back together with this nigga,
And they back together. She
and
still
they back
fucking with
together tomorrow.
Yeah.
I am weak. Hey, listen. All right, calm y'all little goofy down. All right, calm
But
down.
as
Hold
we
up,
speaking
cause we
facts
all
though.
not like that.
I ain't
We
for
Hold
that
up,
kick.
we
shit.
all
Y'all
Nah,
not
we
But
finna
like
as
kicking
we
too
that.
many
speaking
hold on.
facts
facts.
Let
though.
me
We
give
kicking
y'all
But as
too
face
we
many
for
speaking
the
facts.
talk.
facts though.
Y'all, me, y'all finna come up in here and bash our
No,
motherfucking
not
ass.
on
I ain't
me.
for that
No,
shit. No,
some
let me
women
It
go
ain't
calm
bashing,
down.
bashing.
not
Hold
this
on, hold
one.
on. Telling the
Hey,
truth is not bashing. Telling the truth is not bashing. So stop
I
bro.
that.
was
So that's
joking.
Hey,
Hold
the
on.
we
same energy
Keep
y'all
going.
recognize
give
I was
men
selves.
definitely
and
joking,
call
sir.
men sassy. That's the
Calm
same energy.
down.
Y'all call men sassy with that shit and say we
Every time
bashing.
we
No, we
express
telling the truth.
ourselves, it goes
I
against y'all. Y'all make it a point to
you were
be.
fine. Hold on. Wait a minute. I was trying to ask Mr. Accountability a question. I saw an opportunity to end that conversation. Y'all offended. Calm down. Feathers ruffled. Y'all better know y'all triggers while y'all talking to
Nah,
us.
I'll
nah,
tell us
Hold
ruffle.
on
nah,
a minute.
nah. This a
There you go.
therapy session. This a therapy session. And
Let
these
me put the
brothers
mirror
like
back
me
in y'all
done
face
had this
since
for a
we over
while.
here. Reflection. Hello.
We need
The
3 hours of this.
Woo!
hey, Mr. Accountability. So the question I wanted to ask you was, how can men expand their emotional vocabulary beyond anger and indifference?
Actions. Um, if I come home one day, let's Pinky, let's say I come home to you, right? And I didn't had a fucked up day at my job Monday. Like, yo, this job really irritating the fuck out of me. It's pissing me off, it's blowing me out the bam, right? Tuesday, come home, another problem, right? Wednesday, come home, another problem. If I keep coming home with all these problems and you don't go as far as to even say, oh, hey, Jay, oh, hey, babe, you ever thought about going back to school? You thought about getting another job or whatnot? Or you know
Fuck
what?
that job.
Or you
Mm-hmm.
know what? Let me see your resume. And then you take it into your own actions to edit my resume and then send it back. Hey, look at the resume. I did some shit or whatnot. Start applying for new jobs. That to me shows everything. But if you just don't do, if it's
Yes.
nothing, there's no actions involved at all, based on what I'm telling you something. I want to see actions behind it. I don't care about well it'll be okay and we got to make this. I need to fuck on. Now I'm not. Now I'll be like I don't want to say shit no more. Don't worry about it. It is what it is. But to answer your question, there's actions. Like after I speak, I'm looking for actions because just like after you speak, you looking for actions because you want to be felt. You want to feel safe.
You want to apply pressure.
I got something. I got something. To that. Well, I think also with that increasing your vocabulary, you have to create the space to be able to communicate with that person when they're ready to listen. When they're available to listen. I'm gonna say that much. Um, so a lot of times in my relationship, if I'm in a heat, if I'm heated right now, for I know that she is not willing to listen at that moment in time. I'm doing it when we're both at peace, right? And I'm saying, hey, can we talk? You know, and then that way we can get our feelings out without expressing some kind of resentment or hostility towards each other. Just communicate on a good note, and then if it starts to get heated, then we need to drop it.
Hmm. I
Uh,
just
Pick and
feel
choose your
Nah,
time.
nah,
Pick and
bro.
choose.
Nah, I don't want to drop
that's
that. I don't want.
I mean, I'm saying
Nah,
if the conversations get heated, we need to find something else to talk about, because then obviously
y'all
we can.
don't know how to handle your
Nah,
emotions. Then you're
uh,
nah.
not
We gonna deal
expanding
with
your
no,
that. We gonna
emotional
deal
no.
with that.
So you
vocabulary.
Whoa,
never had a
whoa,
female
Nah,
tell you
nah.
that,
I'm
hey, I need
whoa,
2 days
whoa.
after the
No, a
Nah,
Mm-mm.
call.
million
You
people
never had
talking at
that?
one time.
I'm
Mm-mm.
asking, how do you expand your emotional vocabulary? If you're saying that you get angry, I'm angry. Now we can't talk no more. But that's how do you expand your emotional vocabulary beyond anger and indifference?
hold
I'm
on.
saying
Yeah.
that's an alternative if it does go there. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm saying I already said that if we set the space for it, but if it's starting to lead to where it is hostility coming about, then we
But
can.
everything that y'all mentioned involved a woman. How do you yourself expand your emotional vocabulary beyond anger and indifference? You
I,
have does because I'm gonna tell you something, and
Go
this is
into
just coming
yourself.
from me.
yeah.
I had to become comfortable with myself, and I feel like and Chris touched on this, and I could be me anywhere. I don't give a fuck where I'm at. You gonna get Desiree every single motherfucking time. You ain't gonna. I don't care how you shuffle the cards. That it's gonna be a big Desi Lou. Fuck you talking about. Every single time you shuffle the cards, you're not gonna get nobody else. I promise you. So I don't
It,
care how a person approach me. I don't care how a person look at me. No, bitch, this me. You gonna
So,
either you gonna see me or
so
you gonna get the fuck out of my face.
hold
who,
on,
who
hold
am I?
on.
Who am I increasing my vocabulary for then?
If you increase your vocabulary with
For
yourself,
yourself.
everybody else get the
Who
benefit
so
of
I'm
that.
talking to myself. So I'm talking to myself. Why do I need to increase my vocabulary for myself? If I
I'm
already
I'm
understand.
Because that's you teach yourself how to treat you first, and you go out in the world and teach everybody else how to
well.
teach you,
I I'll,
treat you.
I'll let me say this. It comes with two things.
He
It
said,
comes with reflection, and
"There it
it
is."
comes
Yes,
with
self-reflection.
it comes with study. Like for me, I never did self-care shit. And brothers, I implore you to do it. Like,
I
bro,
definitely do.
I got Miss Ling Ling over at the spot,
Definitely.
and
Get them
I was about to
feet.
show you, but it disappeared. It popped.
I go get my shit right. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
don't get no nail polish, but I get the mani and petty shit, right? And
Yes,
I
sir.
sit there and I drink my coffee drink and I fucking cool the fuck out, smoke one, all that. I do shit for myself. And then as far as expanding the vocabulary, that goes into studying psychology in general and studying your ability and where you fit in. Like one thing my wife brought up to me, right? And it's something that never occurred to me. She said, "What are your love languages?" And a lot of women study this, what their love language is, right?
Hmm.
Those who don't know, love languages are the actions of,
Words
how
of
you feel
affirmation,
better
quality
about,
time,
yeah,
physical
and how you,
touch.
right. And so, for some men, yo, quality time is important. For some men, acts of service is better. And a lot of men focus on that act of service because, again, part of it is we need that nurturing hand. We don't need you to be our mothers, but we need you to be nurturing in the sense emotionally nurturing. We're not saying baby us. We're saying, yo, the
Baby me.
same way you would speak to a child in the sense of that compassion, the compassion and the empathy that you would have for a child, you should still maintain that for everybody, men and women. You know what I'm saying? So expanding that vocabulary comes with learning what means the most to you. Because a chick could do acts of service, but if you are physical touch or quality time, that don't really
They
mean
don't
shit.
serve you.
It don't serve you. So at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, you're gonna be resentful because she's not doing the things that you need. But inversely, you never actually articulated that's what you need. So
Because
if
you
you say, "Hey,
probably didn't
babe,
know how
I
to.
prefer acts of service. I prefer quality time. I want to sit with you. I want to talk with you. I want to build with you." That's how it is. Now, again, this comes from the onset of the relationship, from the jump. You have to set that precedent. And a lot of times, and this is where a lot of men get mad about women, when y'all first meet a dude, oh my fucking God. When we're in like, when we talking and we in like, y'all hit every point like a motherfucker. Steph Curry from the fucking 3-point line. Hit that shit every time, right? And then it's like when we get into a committed relationship, and that's why a lot of men are afraid of committed relationships. It's this whole fucking switch where now it's instead of conversation, instead of questions, we get statements. You gonna do this, or I want this, or give me this, opposed to, hey babe, can we talk about this? Can we do this together? It's I, me. And
Mm.
again, you don't notice that's what you're doing, but it goes back to what just happened earlier when it
They
said, well,
know.
what that got to do with me?
They know.
Because now that's selfish. This is where the selfishness comes in when you're talking about the I instead of the we. Now, if you came to me and say, hey, babe, I think it'd be real dope if we watched the movie or if we went out and let's go out and party. Me and you, let's go out and make a scene. We're more receptive to that than you saying, you don't be taking me out nowhere. Or we ain't did shit or I want to go out. I want to go out right now. Or I want to go get something to eat. That's something completely different. That's a demand. And a lot of brothers have demand avoidance. A lot of brothers have get task paralysis. A
I
lot of us
want
got
to
ADD.
I
So
want to
you
read this. I want to read this comment that City Boys Up One wrote. He said, "We expand through emotional intelligence and self-reflection." And when you first came on, that's what you said, through reflection. So, Derek, you were something that you were saying, and I know you were saying something to the effect of, "Why do I need to talk to me when I got to talk to everybody else?" Is that what you were saying?
No, no, I wasn't saying why do I need to talk to me. If I understand me, who am I increasing my vocabulary for?
Because
If
how
it's for
can you articulate you? Just because you speak one language, you gotta speak another language for somebody else. That's what he was just talking about, love languages. How can
right,
I articulate me through quality time? How can I articulate me through physical touch? How can I articulate? How do you create something?
but you were going on and noticing saying that it's involving somebody else when we saying it's about us, about myself, right?
But it is
So I'm
because it
saying,
start with you. It
right,
start.
right. I'm
I
saying,
think
but
the
if
way
I
you're saying
understand
it
me,
is confusing because you're saying it as if you're doing it for somebody else and you're not saying it. You're trying to learn the different type of love languages that you need for yourself. I think that's where the bat is coming from. Like, if I know me, who cares? But it's
right,
like you saying like, well, you got to do it for other people, but then you saying you got to do it for yourself. So I think it's the way you explaining it.
that's right, right, exactly, exactly.
Because it start with you first, right?
And Des, you said it. You said it. You tell the world how to treat you, not the world
Mm-hmm.
tell you what you're gonna get. You tell the world. I know I do.
And I'm not
Uh,
saying you articulating yourself, not for other people, but for other people to understand you. Because I need you to understand me. How can I get you to understand me if I only speak one language? I can't. Y'all
I
just
gotta,
said women
I gotta
speak
learn.
Spanish
I
and men
gotta learn
speak
everybody else
French, or
language.
whatever y'all just said.
Italian girl, we got Italian.
yeah, y'all we all wear them Italian boots.
But if I'm fluent in my own language, right?
Uh-huh.
If I'm fluent in my own language, I gotta go learn another language and then go find somebody to talk to. Pretty
That's
much.
development.
You
But I feel
teaching
like
other
that's what
people
Dr.
how to
You
Umar
would
was
you would
saying.
learn
What
another
they saying?
language for yourself regardless, would you not?
So it's just like you learning another trade, or you learning some more skills on your job so that you can better do your job. That's with yourself
Absolutely.
too. I gotta go and I gotta find out.
The same
So
thing.
me, I've always dealt in anger, and I've always dealt with, you know, it might have been depression. I didn't know what this fucking depression, but I expressed it through anger or violence or just being cold, mean. You know what I'm saying? So I had to sit within myself and figure out, why in the fuck am I always in drama? You know what I'm saying? I had to go into me and figure me out and figure out, why was I always attracting drama? Why was I always attracting some bullshit? You know what I'm saying?
And another thing, like I don't feel misunderstood by other men, right? It's the women. I don't feel misunderstood by other men.
because it's shared experience. Like brother, we that's why like when we was talking up here, I can name a million different scenarios, and we all gonna understand it because we all been through that same scenario. So if all of us have been through the same scenario, then that means one of two things: we're all dealing with the same thing, or we're all approaching things from the same perspective, or it's a factor of some type of wild fluke. I'm not saying it's a wild fluke because the evidence points to the former instead of the latter. So at the end of the day, when we talking about coming home in that whole situation of coming home and getting dumped on, that's why we have that shared experience. So you and I can have a conversation that I can't probably have with another woman or even have with my spouse because she's not gonna understand it from the same perspective. You see what I'm saying? Now they're gonna have women understand each other because they have similar experiences. So
Right.
it's like tribalism. My tribe is gonna speak the same language. Their tribe speaks the same language. The problem is when we try to communicate with one another. Now, on one hand, yes, we both have to learn each other's language. If I speak French and you speak Italian, then you're gonna have to learn Italian and I'm gonna have to learn French, and we're gonna have to learn a whole third language so we
Right.
can
Look it up.
communicate.
Call it
And
Creole.
so in that third language, and that third
Swahili.
language is emotional intelligence. Because again, we have the bare bones of it. We know when something's wrong. But again, that's hypervigilance. That comes from trauma, right? We all knew when our mom was pissed the fuck off because she playing Mary J. Blige in the motherfucking house, and she ain't really talking to us right now. You know what I'm saying? But she real snappy. So now we try, mommy, you okay? Or oh shit, if mom playing fucking Mary J. Blige sad ass song, we know not to fucking talk to her right now, right? That's all we grew up knowing. So
And as
learning
far
that
as
language, yeah. So learning that language is to not only learn for ourselves, so we can speak it to ourselves. Like I tell my young brothers, don't down yourself for any fucking reason ever. Don't be like, oh man, I'm too stupid to learn that shit, or oh man, that's that white shit. I ain't fit for that. Knock it off, because here's the science: words have frequencies. The voice is frequency. The body reacts to it because water reacts to frequency. So when you speak negative shit, it speaks into yourself because your body and your mind don't know no different. They just feel the negative frequencies, and that's a scientific fact. Like you can take 2 cups of water and speak positive to one and negative to the other. On a cellular level, the water that got spoken bad to breaks down, it becomes muddier, it becomes fucked up way faster. The water that you speak positive to, it has a different molecular structure and it stays better for longer outside of, what I'm saying, sitting still for a long time, and bacteria.
Like you playing music to your plants, basically. So
Exactly.
like,
It's the
it's
same
the same
reason.
thing. But
Yeah,
I
it's the
want
same reason.
Derek. You was about to say something.
yeah, like as far as vocabulary, I mean, I do understand like certain words are triggering, but like what I'm saying is I'm increasing. I have to increase my vocabulary, but you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I guess that's just
You
words. I
work
mean,
on what you like to do in your spare time, right?
I mean, read,
You grow
watch.
trees, don't you?
Yeah,
Okay. So when you started growing trees, you had to learn something new, didn't you?
that was trial and error. Yeah, sure.
But I'm just saying, you still had to learn something new, right?
Right.
When you started
I
working on cars, when you did it, whatever you did, you had to learn something new, and it all added to your lingo. It all added to your mannerisms of who you are. And I'm just saying, in the process of developing you, you
right.
create qualities that are desirable for other people. And it doesn't have anything to necessarily do with anybody else. But
Somebody
you
got a radio
become more
playing.
relatable to other people because of the things that you have cultivated within yourself, because you've built yourself. People become I didn't I grew up in the hood. I went to college. I did all of these things. I speak many languages. You understand what I'm saying? So I dated, and I only dated drug dealers. So like, wait, like it's that. So like, I could speak languages. Men don't scare me. They problems do not scare me. That's how I know how to cultivate a safe place, because I've been in a lot of different places, and I know what it feels like to not be safe. So
Yeah.
if I can apply that to you, and give you that grace, like Elizabeth said, and give you that mercy, then I can cultivate the safe place, because I know how to do it within myself. So it's always important to cultivate yourself, to speak many different languages, because you already have. You already do. Like he said, you saw your mama growing up. You saw what your grandma did for your daddy. I mean, for your granddaddy, or whatever the case may be, or your grandma for your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like how they were treated, whatever was cultivated around you, whatever stuck to your core, the things that you want to see in life now, it's probably because you saw somebody else do it in the first place, or and you know what you wanted to feel like. So you have to go and cultivate it. How do you cultivate that? By first cultivating yourself.
I guess I'm just not understanding the increase of vocabulary and like what is that going to
Your emotional vocabulary is basically beyond your emotions. Most men only show anger. That's what I'm saying. Indifference. Oh well, whatever. Fuck it. It don't matter anyways. You know what I'm saying? So to show more joy, to show more happiness, to show that yes, men can be sad. Yes, to show your range of emotion.
It's
How do you
invalidated
increase
though.
that
It's
vocabulary?
invalidated. Like we not. It's not. We always invalidate it. Like I post, hey, men are not. You know what I'm saying? We can't show our emotions. That's a lie. That's a lie. You know, nobody. You know, we
But if
automatically.
you don't feed into the narrative, and that's what I was telling you on the stop feeding into the narrative, you
I mean,
create your
it's
own safe
the
place. It does
narrator.
not matter
The
what
narrator.
anybody
It's my
says,
narrative. It's my narrative. Why
but
am
it
I?
doesn't matter what anybody says. That is somebody else's narrative that they're putting on you and you're accepting it. That's how I
Yeah,
feel.
yeah. That's what I can relate to.
Do you
I'm
want to relate
relating
to
to that.
something new?
Huh?
Would you ever relate to something new, or is that just
I
your
mean,
whole paradigm?
things are relatable. It's plenty of things we can relate to. This, but I
I
find
know
it.
that, but I'm saying, would you be willing to change that narrative? Would you be willing to get out of that mindset?
I
Would
mean,
you be willing to look for more?
if that's a general feeling, right? I mean, it's like that's saying
But
like racism doesn't exist. It does.
Not in my world.
Okay.
I ain't did it to me. I
Well,
mean,
you
it
can you can
exists, but
you
I ain't
can
never
put on your
experienced it.
blinders. You can put on your blinders. Mine's are not there.
but just because you know something exists doesn't mean you have to feed into it.
I'm not feeding it.
Okay,
I'm
You know
as
Satan
well.
exists, but you don't go worship him every night though, do you?
I can this because so here's the science, right? I want you to think about it like this. When you're talking about emotional vocabulary, so here's the science, because I hear what both you guys are saying, right? What he's saying is we have multiple languages, but we simply have issue expressing it with the people that we love. We have emotion, we have problems expressing it or being a lot, having space to express it. All men have joy. All men have happiness, sadness, and everything in between. We're human beings. But now, if the people around us, and a lot of times it's the people we love, can't receive that, then it becomes incumbent that we deal with them how we need to deal with them in order to preserve our own peace. Because it's not about that we can't express ourselves, or rather, it's really respond. Our emotional vocabulary, which you're referring to, has to do more with response than anything. Because the reason why our responses come as either indifferent or anger, and a lot of times it gets misinterpreted. A lot of times that gets misinterpreted. We like there's a million times when my wife thought I was angry, and that's just how I look. That's my demeanor. I've been through a lot of shit, so I got the screw face a lot of times, and I'm just sitting there watching the show. I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm not angry. I'm not anything. But then, so that goes even deeper into the not only do we have to cultivate safe spaces for ourselves to
Absolutely.
express our full range emotions, but
Mm-hmm.
then as our spouses, ladies, you have to understand again, it's not personal, number one, and number two, it ain't about you. This screw
Hey,
face ain't about you. This stress ain't about you. It's not about you. And in the moment you say, "Oh, he's angry because of me," or or he don't give a fuck about nothing. It's not that I don't give a fuck about it, or sometimes it could be. But then at that point, it's like, okay, if you expressing something to me that I've repeatedly told you I don't have no interest in, you're setting an expectation of disappointment for yourself. If I tell you, hey, babe, on some G shit, I don't want to hear about Keisha problems. She goofy as fuck. You know she goofy as fuck. I don't give a fuck what she doing over there. So that's not really a conversation I choose to participate in. Now, if she want to go out and talk to your friends about it, cool. That's not something you and I do not want to speak about that. So we have to say that. Opposed to, man, I don't give a fuck about that dumb shit, because now she gonna get defensive. So it goes, that's where the vocabulary comes in. Being able to articulate and explain things so understanding is understood. No more, no
But you could
less.
always change your surroundings. What would you be? I get what you guys are saying. I totally get it. But like to me, it's a thing of if I want better for myself, I'm gonna go get better for myself. I'm not
Yes,
Can
gonna
I
that's
sit
ask a
on
true.
here,
question?
That's true.
huh?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yes.
I like as I'm talking, well, as I'm listening, I was just thinking, do you feel like a lot of men need to be in relationships outside of themselves? Does it just need to be a year where men just create safe spaces for themselves and their
Absolutely.
brothers?
Absolutely.
I agree with
Man,
that.
I think brothers, I know it's gonna sound weird, but date yourself for a second. Take yourself out for a second. Do things for yourself for a second. And that's
And
something
how
that
you
I
do
had
it
to
for
learn.
women? Don't half step. Don't. I mean, and this what I be trying. And I'm sorry, because I don't mean to interrupt you, but how you do it for women? Date yourself how you would date somebody else. Don't go over here half stepping, thinking just because it's you by yourself that you don't got to do the shit that you would normally do. No, do it.
No, 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 no. That's see, I'm not talking about that.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not saying you were. I was
No, no, no.
interjecting.
Yeah, so what I mean by date yourself, it means look at yourself from the perspective of what kind of husband do I want to be? What kind of brother
Yeah.
do I want to be? So when I went, so dating is not a good word. Interview yourself, reflect
No.
in yourself,
Nah,
and
I'm a
Answer
date.
this
so
I date
You
question
myself.
dating, you
right
I
yeah,
date.
dating,
date
here.
I date
yourself
but you
This
in
too.
a
myself.
question
relationship.
right here
Date
is what
yourself
he
too. I
say.
took myself. I took
He
myself to
said,
Washington D.C.
well,
Through with a
everything you
friend of
just
mine.
said, though, everything you just said, because this man just said, question, why do women have a list of things that they require from men to create a safe space, but don't have a list of things for themselves? And it's everything that you just said.
Hmm.
Y'all, we got a list of things that we'll do for other people, but we don't have a list of things that we'll do for ourselves. We
Shit,
don't,
me.
and it's that.
I
Yeah,
thought
So, and
a
I'm
lot of
saying,
brothers suffer
I
from
don't
that.
think that's what that meant.
Shit, me.
create
I
the
think that's
list.
what it meant.
I
Well,
mean,
so
but
Was he not
yes,
saying
create the
what
list.
can a woman
But
do for a man to create a safe space for a man? Or was he
Listen,
actually
it's I don't I think we get so caught up in having another partner or having somebody else, but it's not always about that. I'm not even speaking on what a woman can do for a man or what at the end of the day, if we take gender off all of this shit, we human. At the end of the day, we all gonna go through emotional shit. We all gonna go through ups and downs. We all know that. You got a dick, I got a coochie. And the thing, and that's the only difference. As a human, you got brain, you bleed like I bleed. The
No,
same
we don't. No, we don't.
the you bleed red, honey. That's not what I'm talking
We
about.
don't
So the physicality is, but if you want to be technical, you're more than welcome to be that. But what I'm trying to say is simply that down at the core of us, we all feel the same things. And if you refuse to develop yourself, if you refuse to get a knowing for yourself before you get with somebody else, I'm always brought back to the African natives. They marry themselves first. And when they say they marry themselves, that means they marry their mind and their heart. If you're not in union within yourself, you're not finna go out and be in union with nobody else. And I'm letting you know that. So like I don't really care how you try to make it feel. If you're not okay with yourself at any point, at any time, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna self-sabotage every single time. Get to know you. Get to know how many languages you speak. Because you speak multiple languages. Develop the languages. I've never, for me, I was never validated. I was never validated by men. I was always too fat. I was always too black. I was always too ugly. I was never their aesthetic. And it was okay with me. And it had to become okay with me. And when it became okay with me, I understood that my power transcended all of this shit. You're not gonna step on me. You're not gonna stop me because I love me deeply. It don't take a man to validate me. It don't take a man to tell me that I need to build my emotional intelligence. It don't take a man to let me know that I've been hurt deeply and I'm not gonna be able to love him correctly. It don't take him all of that. I can love you correctly the first time because I know me. I know what I'm capable of. You understand what I'm saying?
I
Hmm.
hear you, but it don't
Okay.
take for us, but we ain't getting that. We ain't getting
Me,
that.
I
Nah,
listen.
be
You
hey,
think
for
I
hey,
real,
get?
hey,
because
bro.
Do
some of
you
y'all,
think I
you
get
were
exactly?
saying
Do
that
you
you
think
would
I
want
get
your
what I
women.
need? Out of all the
Hold on.
conversations that
I
we
mean,
done
I'm saying
had,
we not
out of
getting
all
valid.
out of all the truths I done
So
told on this podcast, you
we not,
you think that everything, and this is why I say remove your gender, remove it, because deep down at the core, we all have these same feelings. We all have these same things that we have. Humanity is a thing, and that is all what we are battling. We can't see behind our humanity because what William Lynch did, oh, they knew division would take us out. So if I divide you by your gender, oh, you'll think no more. But if I can see you for the human that you are, because just as much as I'm a woman and just as much as you're as a man, I could work just as hard as you. My hustle can match your hustle. Baby, I could go out there and I could flip more kilos than any nigga I know. Why? Because I had the best drug dealers teach me that shit. You understand what I'm saying? However you want to float, I guarantee you. My game tougher, stronger, harder, and I'm coming like that every single time. And my love just is just as vast. You understand what I'm saying?
But
Because I've
that's like
cultivated all dimensions of me.
the layers of who we are. Like, I'm a man.
You
I cannot erase that. I
you
can't
you I'm
avoid that.
not telling you to erase it. I said remove it. Remove it. All you
What
gotta do is take it
Well,
off.
so what does manhood mean to you?
what does manhood mean to
What does
me?
manhood mean to all y'all?
Honestly, I don't look at my I don't subscribe to any of the current um definitions of it. I don't look at my pronoun is God, so I don't look at none of that. My father, the heavenly Father, I am a reflection of Him, and I am His iteration here, and we all are. So therefore, I move that way. So my the definition of manhood is something that is self derived and self described, and so at the end of the day, whatever somebody's perception of manhood is, that don't mean shit to me. Same thing as Desi saying, I'm me and I'm gonna be me, and quite confidentially, if you don't like it, I don't give a damn. But at the same time, humans are social beings. It's
They
not
are.
about validation.
It's not.
Okay, we're social beings to the
It's
point
not.
where when a child is born, if it does not feel love the way it needs to feel,
It won't
it
grow.
it gives up its will to live, and it will die.
Stop
That's
growing and
why there's
everything.
nurses in hospitals that's their only job is to hug children and to hug the babies that are orphaned. That's their only job. Because if babies don't receive love and attention, guess what happens? They die. They lose the will to
They
live,
do.
and they literally physically die.
They
Right?
don't even grow or
So
nothing.
yeah, so here's what stuck out to me. Another aspect of it is toxic individualism. Yes. Should we cultivate ourselves? Absolutely. I'm always a
Absolutely.
proponent of knowledge itself. Absolutely. But here's the problem.
My old tablet.
We were created at the same time. I was made for you and you were made for me. One half without the other is not whole. So at the end of the day, yes, I'm valid. I'm always be me. I am always on Vader. There's none. I say there's unvader, none greater, nigga. I don't. There's me, and it's gonna be me. It's always. It ain't no big three, nigga. It's just
That
big me,
is
nigga.
big me.
Bob.
You feel me?
Now, when it comes to my wife, she is my other half. She is the other piece. She is my piece. And when we put ourselves together, that masculine and feminine trait is what created the fucking universe. One couldn't do it by itself. I don't give a fuck. Nobody, none of us does anything by ourselves in the sense that when it comes to creation, when it comes to getting to another level, whether you're reading a book somebody wrote, or you are going to therapy, or you are in a relationship where somebody is teaching you something, whether it's intimate or not. Nobody can go at it alone. Nobody is an island. It will never be that way.
Well,
Even
I
if your
don't think
grandmama
that.
taught you something, even if you learned something through time and trial and error, those people who disrespected you or shitted on you still taught you a lesson or still gave you something to learn from. Because
Exactly.
again, we're all social beings.
Beautiful
We're
you.
Now,
interconnected,
we're
first of all.
interconnected. We're interconnected to the plants, to the trees. Human DNA
What
is closer to trees than it is to any motherfucking thing else.
I
Mushrooms, the
think,
mycelium.
I'm sorry, but I think Pinky wanted to say something. She raised her hand. I'm not sure. We can't hear you. You on mute, love.
Oh, I said I'm not connected to everything. I don't wanna subscribe to that one.
Well, interconnected don't mean you it just mean that we all able. It's what I was describing, what emotions are. That's how we all interconnected, because to be
Well,
human is to
well,
feel.
even with
I'm not
negative
connected to
shit.
everything. That's what I
Nah,
say.
listen,
But I
But
peace
understand
and
you
where you're coming
science.
from.
We
but
are. All things are connected on this in this plane of existence.
Hey,
It's
I
listen,
ain't
she
connected
where
to
she
irrevocable.
at. We
everything.
gonna let her sit where she at. I ain't gonna.
Yeah,
It's
I ain't connected to
irrevocable.
everything,
Ain't
but I
nothing I'm
understand
gonna
where
No,
you're
try to
coming from.
explain to her.
it's not just for the sister, and I'm not trying to tell you what to believe
Oh,
or
okay.
not. But
Like,
I'm speaking in general. That intricate, whether positive or negative, right? My positives might not be your positives. My negatives might not be your negatives. But it's still interconnected because again, it's a universal thing. Anywhere, either one of us could get shot. But the chances of me getting blown the fuck away in the streets is much higher than yours. My
yeah, I
reality is
agree.
much different. My reality is different.
All right.
When motherfuckers is out here gang banging, selling drugs, doing wild shit, you said that ain't got nothing to do with me. Yes, it
And
do.
that's humanity.
Yes, it does. Because that same motherfucker that you say that ain't got nothing to do, they might blow your ass away the next day. We're all interconnected.
I don't think so though,
That's fine. That's fine. But see, here's the science, right? If you ever did mushrooms, you would know.
and I have.
Okay, so you ever hit that peak when you hit that true peak and have that supreme ego death where I got not to be funny, not TMI, butt ass naked in a rainstorm, and I'm hearing shit, I'm seeing shit. I connected to her. I put my feet in the mud, and I realized that every fucking thing was connected. And I said, "Yo, I can't." All the anger left me, all the resentment left me, and I was reborn in that moment, and it was able. Same thing with LSD. I'm a huge proponent of both. When we get to that place
That's what's up.
where I'm not, I understand that positive and negative is a matter of perspective. There's chaos
Mm-hmm.
and then there's order. That is the literal law of the universe. Chaos and order. There's no way around it. There's nothing that can stop it.
Will
There's
you
nothing
stick
that can
with
stop
me?
chaos.
Will you stick with me? Right? Please stick with me. Because I have to, but I have to end this. But I wanna hear you more. I really do. And I want to ask you guys if you have any more last words that you'd like to say to the people. Because any Chris, any last words?
I got final
Yeah,
words.
yeah. I got
Yes,
some
like
last
final words. I
words.
do have.
Hey, who is that with that music though?
Oh, that's me. My
Yeah.
bad. That's my wife upstairs growing
Oh, she
mushrooms.
put. Oh, okay, so sing it to him. Okay. So Kings,
He's singing to him.
man. Listen, Kings, man. Date yourself, like my brother said. And for me, that shit is literal. Like, um, when I got divorced, I was really fucking depressed because I felt like a fucking failure. You know what I mean? Just in my family. You know what I mean? Because I'm a family man. I'm all about family. So I felt like a failure. So I was really depressed. I wasn't getting no haircuts. I wasn't brushing my teeth, washing my ass. I wasn't doing shit. You know what I mean? I was just in my apartment. Just thankfully, I had a business. I wasn't working or nothing. Thankfully, I had a business that I was able to be sustained through. But when I came out of that shit, I told myself that I was gonna date me. I was gonna be more so in love with me than I am in love with any woman. I don't give a fuck what she is, what she do. If she create a safe space, if she don't, I ain't even looking for that shit. I'm gonna find my safe space within myself. I'm gonna get dressed. I'm gonna get fly. I'm gonna take myself to the 5-star restaurants. I'm gonna go get my motherfucking hands done, my motherfucking feet done. I'm gonna take myself on vacations. I'm gonna go to concerts. I'm gonna do all the shit that I will be doing for a woman. I'm doing that shit for me. You know what I'm saying? So I can feel that joy or that accomplishment like women feel when we take them out. Nah, I want to feel that shit. You know what I mean? So any woman coming to my space, if she can't add on to that and keep me in that space, well, not keep me in the space because it ain't her responsibility to keep me in the space, but don't bring me no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm immediately shutting that shit down. Like immediately. But so Kings, man, just date yourself, man, and get in tune with you. Find out what you like and what you don't like. I found out shit. The women that I was even attracted to, I knew why I was attracted to him, and it was out of fucking trauma. I like hood women. I like bitches that got fat ass and tattoos and all of this. They got gunshot wounds and fucking cigarette burns. You know what I'm saying? But then I had to get out of that shit and realize, oh shit, I was torturing my goddamn self with choosing shit out of fucking trauma. So when I learned that, boom, that was me in my vocabulary. I had to find out what the fuck I wanted in life and what the fuck I wanted to deal with or be around. So, man, Kings, get in tune with yourself.
Yeah. Um, I'll just say one thing that when I was like on a self healing journey, what really like stuck out for me that I did, that wasn't necessarily intentional, but like I wasn't busting a nut at all. Like I was semen retention. Like a lot of that, I didn't have the desire to have somebody with me at all times or have a female or any kind of companionship at that moment because I was more focused on myself. And like the moment that I felt like, I need that nut, I started doing things outside of myself. So I'm gonna just say that, just sometimes you gotta take a break from nutting.
Okay. Thank
That's a
you.
hard one, there, buddy. Uh,
I had a
hey,
man do that for a year before he met me. I can see
shit,
that's possible.
Yeah.
shit,
Or
me.
do you have any last words?
Now I think my brother's already said the most. Hey man, listen, best thing you could do is study yourself, learn yourself, love yourself. And a lot of again, we got to be able to identify a lot of the shit that we go through. And I'm trying to tell you, if you grew up like me, and it sounds like a lot of us did grow up the same way, we got PTSD, bros. We got PTSD in this motherfucker, bro. So you gotta treat it that way. And once you understand that you gotta treat it that way, shit becomes a lot easier. Shit becomes a lot easier, bro. I'm not angry. I'm not nearly as angry as I used to be. I still get pissed off, but like on a regular day, bro, I'm not just running around here pissed the fuck off and sad and depressed and shit. I'm not doing that no more, man. I speak life into myself. I speak life into my children. I speak life into my wife, and they speak life back into me. Um, just at the end of the day, man, like yo, like the brother said, man, yo, I'm telling you, just get you go have Miss Ling Ling rub your foots, man, every now and again, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro.
Promise you. I
Man,
promise you.
listen,
With
bro.
that hot wax,
With
oh
the
my
hot wa-
god.
oh nigga,
Y'all funny as
nigga,
shit.
Woo! Hey,
nigga. You
women
can't
tried to
be
have
mad
that
with
shit from
sore
us.
feet, B. You
Yeah,
can't
they
be
had that
angry.
shit from us.
Listen, when you get a massage, go get you a massage, bro. Get you a massage and have Miss Ling Ling rub that out. Get your feet right. I promise you, you can't be upset when your feet soft. I don't know
Hell
why,
no.
You
but
told
it's a
Hattie.
fact.
Hey,
It's a
that's how
fucking
this.
fact.
That's how this podcast started. With him talking about so you got something to make my feet soft.
I'm
Hey,
real.
nah, for
It's
real,
like
Hey,
ladies.
they pull all the stress out your feet. I'm telling
Word
you.
God, we
absolutely.
hold a
I
Tell
lot of
you.
feel that.
secrets in our feet, ladies. If I'm
Real.
telling you, you want to get that nigga calm the fuck down, just rub that nigga foot.
Rub his
Rub that
foot.
nigga foot, and I swear to God,
I'm
that
weak
nigga
as
get what you
hell.
want, baby. You want me to build
Real.
you a house? I go fish. I go
Clip
grab
them
that fish right
toenails.
goddamn now out the river,
Boy, say.
boy.
I'm
Listen,
weak.
but other than that, man,
Pink,
y'all just be safe, man. Stay dangerous.
Pinky.
Stay
You wanna?
dangerous.
I don't. I want you to leave us with some last words, but before you do, I want you to tell me what these young men have taught you today about men and emotions.
Dang. And I would be the last one you ask questions to about emotions. I feel like it's taught me that, like, for me coming in this, I already felt like men need their own spaces where they are emotional with, just because I feel like they do have to be warriors. They do have to stand up and they do have to be strong and they do have to be trust. And it's not just because, like, that's something, it's just something that society and we, is not just even men but women, we have placed onto them to protect us, to provide for us, to hunt for us, to gather for us, to just do things for us. So we always see them as somebody as strong. And going into this, I can see that, men do need that extra love of, like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Not hey, how you doing? Like, hey, how you doing? Are you loved today? Are you seen today? Like, they need that moment of, like, hey, can I talk to you today? Are you willing to talk today? Hey, is your mental good today? Like, what I have learned is communicate effectively not only to men but to their emotions, to the person in them, to the child in them, the lover in them, to them, you know. I've already knew that, but they just enhance, like, men really just need to be loved on. That's all. That's all. Like, I've always felt like as long as you give man love, as long as you give man the truth, as long as you give them the space and the silence they need, they'll do anything for you. You're honest.
Hold on, you gotta add some coochie in there now.
I don't
Word.
really have to give a
Wait,
man
you
Hold
coochie
got
to
on.
get what I
hey, don't
want.
keep the
And
coochie
also
out now.
You know, yeah,
put
now hold
it
on.
on the
I
back of
don't
their
believe I
neck,
have to
honey.
give a man
Put your
coochie to get what
breast
I
on the
want.
back of their neck. On the
Put them
neck.
Okay.
Stop,
put them titties on our necks.
And
stop
rub their
trying to stop
feet.
trying to ration me some
You
coochie
gotta
though.
rub
Don't
their
don't try to
feet.
I just
ration me no
said
coochie.
I don't think I have to put sex on a man booty, but no, I don't think I have to put sex on a man for him to do what I want. So the other
You
women, I'm
good then?
sorry, but no,
Nah, that's
but
a part of
I
it.
understand.
We telling you that's a part of it. That's a
That's
No,
part of
definitely
it.
I
part of it.
understand what you're saying.
We need act right too. Sometimes we need act
Yeah,
right too.
for my man, he can get it. Not every man. It's just certain. Let me
Absolutely.
shut up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me
Get
shut
out
up.
here, boy.
What
Hey,
is that
but
question?
don't
Your
y'all
last
know if
words as
y'all
well?
Don't we know
What
what,
you say,
Chris?
Chris?
What you say?
I was gonna say, don't y'all know that if y'all saying that y'all want men to be the providers, the protectors of not only just providing for you financially, but providing a safe space for you, providing for a kingdom for you to be able to travel in, to be able to travel in a safe environment. Don't you know that your man has to be mentally untroubled with your bullshit? You know what I'm saying? For us to be able to do that, don't pile no, like my brother said, don't dump all the shit off on me and expect me to go out into the world happily to do the shit that I know I'm supposed to do for my tribe. Goddamn, give me some guap guap, give me some of that booty, and let me go out with peace. Don't fucking put all that bullshit on me, and then I'm coming out, I'm angry, I done fucking cussed out the white man, and then choke the
Mhm.
shit out of him, because he done said something crazy, but I'm really mad at your ass for some shit that you didn't put off on me. You know what I'm saying? So, man, just be easy, man. It's okay. It's okay.
But I feel like Chris, and it's not to fight with you. I understand exactly where you coming from. Say it. I'm like whatever it's supposed to say. But what I'm trying to say is like I feel like because I'm not a hyper masculine woman, and I've been raised by hyper masculine women, but I've been around soft females all my life, which is crazy. I don't know how to explain it. Like I've been around hard females, but I've been around soft females as well. I've never had a man that had aggression with me. I've never had a man that had like anger towards me. I never had a man that disrespected me to the point where I'm like, what the fuck?
I
You know
can
what I'm saying?
understand that because your voice is soft. You know what I'm saying?
So
Your voice, the way that you speak is soft and calming. You know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like my brother was saying, it's in the tone, the way that y'all can say, you can say some shit. I could be mad. I'm ready to kill the fucking world. But if you come and you say in that soft ass voice, you know what I'm saying? And then put them lips around me, I'm gonna fucking melt like a piece of fucking chocolate.
Yo,
and that's
and
why I'll be
let
like, I
me
Funny
don't.
to
speak
That's why
to
I
me.
them
can't
fully.
subscribe to it because I've always ever had men that break down in my presence. And it's not saying like, oh, I just make men cry. No, like I make men safe enough to where they do cry, where they do tell me their life story. I've never had a man in my life where they don't show their emotion.
See,
If
we
anything,
so
I be
we not
telling them
talking
they need
about
to
you.
stop fucking
We
with
so
people.
Yeah,
we not
no,
talking about
you
you.
the
We
outlier.
talking about them thug nigga women. We talking about them
Oh,
thug
okay.
niggas who goddamn
Oh,
harder
but
than
this
a brick. We
here.
talking
And I
about
guess
them.
that's why I was like, can
I
y'all put women in the category? Cause y'all not putting women in the category. Y'all putting all of us in one aspect. It's some bad women up there, but it's some soft loving ones
Hold
too.
on. So
So
it's
you
Wait,
hard for us to tell
yourself,
because all
bro.
of y'all is looking alike and y'all accepting all the bullshit that the
What?
bullshit women doing. So it's hard for us to put to goddamn discern between which one is which because y'all standing too fucking close to each other.
you might not be
No,
the op. You
Yes.
might not
no.
be the op.
Yes.
You might not be the
Yes.
op, but if
You
you start
think
Yes.
talking
so?
like the ops,
I
I'm gonna
know
look at
that.
you
You
like the
I
think
op.
know that.
so?
I know that because look, a woman can do some bullshit right now on the internet. Right now, she can cheat on a motherfucking nigga. This nigga been goddamn taking care of her for all her goddamn life. She can cheat on that motherfucker. And you know what y'all gonna say? Shit, he was cheating on her first, so she get that money, girl.
I
Not,
don't
hey,
believe
girl,
that.
listen. Not, hey, girl, you shouldn't have cheated on that man. What the fuck ever he did, well, it don't matter. Leave him then. If you felt that bad about it, y'all gonna clap and say, take that nigga for everything he got. That's what I'm saying. Y'all standing too close to the bullshit, so we don't. So that's why we group y'all ass up, cause we like, damn,
Mm-mm.
y'all ain't even speaking up on the motherfucking women. Y'all speaking up on the men who ain't shit. Y'all ain't speaking up on the women who ain't shit. All on the internet. Y'all don't. I never see women speak out or call women out on nothing. Y'all
What?
call men out.
Yes. I
Yes.
call them out all the time. You know what
What
they
you
call me? They
talking
call
about?
me a pick me. They said that's what I said. You a pick
So
me.
it don't
I'm like,
matter
what
what
the
they
fuck
call
is
you. It
pick
don't
me?
matter what they call
Pick
you.
me,
Yeah,
It don't
we
bitch.
matter
not
what they
talking
And
call
about
I'm
you.
finna
understanding
y'all.
still
now.
tell the
I
motherfucking
know
truth.
what
We
I
ain't
you
don't
talking
give a
about
fuck
mean.
what
y'all.
y'all call me.
I'm
I don't
not
give a
directing
No,
damn.
that
no,
at
because
y'all.
you're talking about every woman, and we're part of
You talking
women,
about
so it's
women?
not every
Listen,
woman.
listen. What I just said was y'all standing too close to each other, and then y'all clap the bullshit. Y'all clap for Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all clap for all these motherfuckers that's telling y'all some bullshit. Y'all
And
y'all,
y'all
y'all
might
clap
clap
for the
for
y'all.
Austin
Listen,
Richie and
listen, listen,
Future.
listen. See, there you go. Y'all, you want to instead of listen to what I'm saying, you want to throw something to say what I did. You know what I'm saying? That's not how fucking shit gonna goddamn. We need y'all. Y'all need us. You know what I'm saying?
We
We ain't
need
gonna be able to
y'all.
goddamn keep going. Every time I say something, you say, "Well, fuck, you goddamn left the motherfucking goddamn refrigerator on last week and all the fucking shit spoiled." I don't want to hear that shit. I'm telling you something that you did. You should have told me that shit when I did it.
I
Oh,
want
That's
to
for
give
sure. That
y'all
that's for sure.
what you was finna say.
oh my God, I
No,
love
I
y'all. I
was just gonna
swear.
say. I just want to ask one question, Pinky. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You ever let your man be the little spoon?
The little spoon.
You let
Do
him
I
be the
ever let
little
my
spoon?
man be the little spoon? I mean, I've never had. Wait, yes, I have. I have. We was in the car one time, and I think he was the little spoon, and I was behind him.
Yeah.
Huh?
Listen, that's the
No, I
key.
wasn't behind him. I was in front of him, right?
Listen,
Whatever the little spoon is, I know what the little spoon is. But yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. Keep peak game. If you let your man be the little spoon every now and again, your household will run a lot smoother. No bullshit. That's what I mean by put your titties on his neck, and he will be
Man,
fine. He will be
y'all got to
fine.
give up them cheeks. Give up them cheeks.
That
You
too.
got to be that.
That
You
too.
got to be that hoe that your man keep cheating on you with.
Can't a nigga in the world be mad on that slide? Then I promise you that.
Nah,
I promise you that.
nah. You got
I
to
I
be
mean,
just
promise you
like
that.
that hoe that your man keep going and cheating on you with. You got to be like her. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like what she doing.
Baby,
Why
I'm
ask
better
your
than the
man
hoe
why the
he
fuck
keep
you
going
keep
and
cheating?
cheating on me with.
No,
Talking
no,
about
yeah,
no,
some
no,
but
no,
just
no.
it
like
That's
me.
depends.
not
It
what I'm
That's
saying.
why
That's
this
not
nigga
what I'm
depends.
ain't went
saying.
nowhere. That's why he's still right
Yeah,
here.
I had
That's why
niggas
he
cheat
ain't
on me
never
when
gonna
I
go
was
nowhere.
what is
He
it?
ain't
See,
I
trying
was
they
to
a
not
go
little
gonna hear
bitty.
you,
nowhere.
I was
bro.
sweet to a
They
man.
not
I
gonna
see
hear you,
that.
bro. They not gonna hear what they not gonna hear what we talking
Spit
about.
on that thing.
Yeah,
Ha
what you talking
Nah,
about?
they
A
not gonna hear
hoe?
what we
You
talking
think
about,
a hoe
bro.
better than me?
Huh,
But
fuck you
I
talking
understand where
about?
you're coming from.
Because
Oh
no,
my
you
god.
know why the side chick be winning? Because she do all the shit that not
You
y'all,
feel like you ain't got to
but
do no more.
she be doing all the shit that you used to do. Not again, not y'all, but she be doing all the shit that you used to do when we first started dating.
But you want us, you gonna call us out on
I
our
mean,
bullshit if we ain't taking your ass out on the date. You gonna tell us,
Well,
hey man, you ain't take me on no date. I need to go on a date. You ain't took me nowhere. I got this new dress and I wanna go out. So I'm gonna go out with my girls. Well, take your ass out then.
well, why not just break up and
Y'all,
why cheat?
I
cause
really
we
love
love
this
y'all
conversation.
crazy asses. We don't want
That's
to
We
put
love
crazy.
you.
You say you love me, but you cheat
I
on
just
me.
need a because that motherfucker hoe giving me a safe space. I can sit over there and I can roll my blunt up and I can goddamn not hear the world of shit that she went through. She gonna, how was your day? Really? She gonna massage me. She gonna goddamn rub on me.
And
She
half
gonna
the
goddamn get
time,
my Johnson up and goddamn back down and back up and back down and then
Listen
send me home.
here.
that's a
Listen.
piss me
I
ass
want to
hoe.
tell y'all
No,
that
no, listen though. It's no different from the dude who used to bring the flowers, bring the candy, do the poems, do all the shit that made you fall in love with him in the first place, and
and
then
he
just
stopped.
stopped. Right.
Same
Exactly.
shit.
It's
Same
the same
shit.
Same
thing.
shit.
Same shit.
Same
Same
shit.
shit.
Take that. I
You not
agree.
doing the same fucking thing that we was
You
doing
ain't
when
looking
we was
sexy no
locked
more.
in.
You got them granny panties on. Nobody want to see that
Word,
shit.
bro. You don't give a fuck
Nobody want
no
to see that
more.
shit.
Like I be
I was
trying to
married, so
niggas
I
put the
know.
like bro,
I listen.
you put
I
the
love
school
y'all.
playlist on,
This
and she be like,
conversation,
nigga, turn that off, and it's like,
this conversation is amazing. Me and my niggas supposed to be going fishing. Y'all holding us up, and
Oh,
I
my bad.
like
Y'all go
doing
ahead. I
fishing
gotta
on
get
the
back to
not
my
you
dock.
wife
got a
too.
man. You finna show
We
out on us.
we going fishing
Ooh,
was. You're holding us up.
That's what
have
they
some
calling it
fun,
now. That's
baby.
that's what they calling it now. Fishing.
What? No, we really
Hey,
be out.
what
We
you
be
gonna do
out
for
at the
Big Mama
pond
for
every weekend.
real?
Like
Come
we be
on,
He
what you
dipping
gonna
outside.
the
do for my
dipping that
We be outside
And
he
birthday?
then
all
dipping
week.
his ride.
she ain't got damn dressed for no fishing.
What?
You gonna
I'm
sit
on
here
Listen
and
to
here
the
tell all
every
these
fam.
week.
grown ass people.
I'm on here every week. And when we go
That's what
fishing,
they calling it
we
now.
wear
Why
long
you?
sleeves.
Mm-mm.
I'm
That's what
Mm-mm.
they
dressed.
calling it now.
I gotta
That's
put
what
That's
my
what
they
they
top
calling
calling
it.
You
it.
man
ain't
on, but
you ain't got your
we
hair wrapped up or nothing.
Mm-mm.
That's what
That's
they
what they
calling it
calling it.
now.
wrapped up. Why I gotta wrap my hair up? It's
You going
wind.
Uh,
It's
fishing?
easy,
You
love.
going to
What
buy the water
you
and
mean?
you fishing.
She
He
ain't
be
going
yeah,
doing
that's what
fishing.
my
they
hair
calling it.
for
That listen, Daddy, it's all right. It's
Hey, have a
okay.
great night, Desi. You get your thing, girl. Let them
I
Do
put that
do your
motherfucking
appreciate
thing.
rod
y'all
in your
so
pond.
much. I appreciate y'all so much for hopping on here, giving us y'all perspective, helping us see it the way men see it. Ladies, thank you so much for lending your ear to men tonight. I appreciate it. The conversation was dope. Thank you for your knowledge, Chris. Thank you for your knowledge. Mr. Accountability had to run. China, all of them. Thank you. Shop the Akata collection. Don't forget to go ahead and check out the Akashic Garden as well. Mushroom, is it Mushroom?
Mushroom Farms. We got all
Yep.
the
Make
things you
sure you
need
check them
for
out. God,
holistic
Hey,
medicine.
connect with me on Facebook, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. I got you.
yeah, y'all make sure y'all do
Yeah,
that. I like
everybody
that.
had me.
Hey,
You already know what it
connections. All
is.
right, immersive experience. Hey, but I
Shit, I
appreciate
want them
y'all. I
motherfucking
wanna
mushrooms. I'm trying to see what the mushrooms about.
Yo,
Okay.
come
I
talk
wanna
to
leave
me.
y'all with
We
this. By
come talk to me. We grow it ourselves, brother. Ain't no
All right, for
bullshit
sure.
with them.
they
You
Big
know what
do,
For
they
fish.
sure.
talking
they
about.
do.
Yeah, come
Definitely make
holler
sure
at
y'all
me.
check them out for sure.
Come holler at me. I
I
speak from experience.
absolutely.
We grow it ourselves. That's what we about to do. What I'm about to go up
I
and help
know.
my wife with
I've
right
been
now.
following them for years.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby,
All
I
right,
need to
for
tap
sure. I'm
in.
definitely gonna tap in.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
make
trying to
sure
see
you
what that
tap
be
in,
like.
Pinky. Y'all make sure
Okay.
y'all follow Pinky at Inner Conversations with the Z on YouTube. China Valet Centrals 887, I believe it was. I'm sorry if you got to rewind this to get it. Make sure you rewind it to get it. But we got so many great products here, even on the podcast. Shop Black, you guys. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. And just remember, breaking the silence. By breaking the silence, fellas, we open doors to a more compassionate and understanding world for everyone, not just men, but also us too, women. So open yourselves up, listen a little bit more. Thank you so much for tuning into the immersive experience. And we'll see you next week when we talk. We'll see you on Sunday when we talk about whether God's love is conditional or unconditional. Thank you so much for
Not you
tuning
finna bring
in.
that
Ooh.
topic.
I'll be
Not
there.
you finna bring that